So let me first start by saying, if you're new to this content, welcome. My name is Joseph R. Wheeler III, and I'm your host as we discuss relationship goals in the art life. First and foremost, what is the art life? Well, to quickly break down, art, and this is our official Honest Con definition via yours truly. Art is any and every creative expression that appeals to the senses. That is all of your six senses, all of your senses, sight, smell, touch, etc., plus your sixth sense, your spirit, your soul, that third eye that's open, or should be open. So, knowing that is the definition of art, and applying that to anyone who loves what is art, are art aficionados, art enthusiasts, art patrons, people who support and love the arts, people who love artists. See where I'm going with this? So, as we strive to empower art and artists in our society, particularly the arts that we champion at Honest Con, we see it as an official goal of societies to love their artists, and then to take it on a personal level, we encourage relationships built wherein someone is an artist, if not both parties. That's a whole nother video. Two artists together versus artists with people who don't necessarily consider themselves artists, but do have an appreciation for the arts and artists. We feel that builds the strongest types of relationships when you have the mix of opposites attract, right brain, left brain. They say creative-minded people are more right brain, and theoretical, analytical, scientific people tend to be more left. This is what scientists say. Now, we're not in the business of splitting up the mind. We don't need anything else to make people more crazy. You should be bringing the two sides of your mind together. But there's no denying that every individual does tend to lean more towards one or the other. Or at different points in their life, they may lean more towards one or the other, because we're all evolving, we're all individuals, and some people have special supernatural powers to kind of be of both worlds at the same time, be of both mindsets at the same time. But we do find it to be, or I have found it to be more true, that a mix of someone of one side versus the other tends to fare better in relationships and in relationship goals for the art life. So today's theme is time management, follow-up, and the business protocols of intimate relationships. What do you mean business relationships of intimate relationships, Joseph? What are you talking about? I'm talking about people not wasting each other's time and understanding that, as they say, time is money. Time is love. Time is love. A great artist friend of mine once said, we are in love with, or we love, those we spend the most time with. Many women say that they want love. Many women say that they want marriage. And some men will quickly understand, if they're in the dating sphere, that most women dating say they want to date with purpose. What do they mean by that? They ultimately mean marriage. And any time spent in building a relationship is a waste of time if it does not end in a marriage. And well, technically not end, but continue in a marriage. Now, it's understandable. It's a cultural, it's a sometimes religious, it's a personal, or it can be all the above goal for most ladies to say, look, if I'm gonna date you, if I'm gonna deal with you, if we're gonna have an intimate relationship, if we're gonna get to know each other, if we're gonna spend time together, my ultimate goal is marriage. It's understandable. But the issue in most of what I have seen And what a lot of friends of mine, associates who are either dating, in relationships, etc., find often too many times is that many of the people who say this don't present themselves in a way that yields that result. So, let me break it down. Every relationship is a job. You have to ask yourself, are you ready for the job you are applying for? If you are not ready for the job you are applying for, you need to seriously ask yourself, why do I want this? Is this for me? What do I plan to get out of this job? And ultimately, what are my goals for the long run if I say I want LTR? Because we see the phrases, people say long-term relationship, people say FWB, friends with benefits, people say casual. So I'm gonna break down some of my favorites about all of this, and I'm gonna focus mostly on time, respect for people's time. So, in this modern era, in this technology age, one of the greatest tools we have is what I'm holding right now to do this video. The modern cell phone, the smartphone. We can date virtually, we can date in person, we can get to know one another, we can spend time with people no matter how far they are away from our present space and time. That's amazing. And so, we connect with each other that way. And most of us do it via social media or dating apps. In my personal experience, not to get too personal, sorry, I'll be transparent enough to make my point, but no, we're not digging all in my business, people. But the point is, in my experiences, I have best found social media and dating apps to be my best connector for meeting wonderful ladies that have been either great lessons, whether it worked out for what I needed out of that relationship, or incredible opportunities to grow as an individual and learn more about myself through a relationship, which I feel is the ultimate goal of any relationship anyhow. You should be growing, you should be evolving. If not, that is the only way it is a waste of time. I stress that because when I said earlier that a lot of ladies look at it like the end result should always be marriage, if you're not qualified for the ultimate job, and that's what marriage is, the ultimate job, because all relationships are jobs, then why even go down that road? We mostly date through these dating apps. If we are able to meet people in person and have direct communication with people, get to know a person, get to know if you think you'll be compatible enough to start quote unquote dating, fine, that's great, lucky you. Most of us don't do that anymore. Most of us don't have the opportunity to go in the supermarket, start looking at fresh fruit and sniffing it, look over and see the beautiful girl staring back at you and she's doing the same thing, and y'all start a real friendly conversation about, hey, these are in season, aren't they? Yeah, I love these. You like them too? Wow. So what do you do? And what are you into? You know, that's that famous thing from old movies. It might even sound strange to most of you young folks these days. Like, what the hell is that? Who does that? Exactly. This used to be a common trope in movies. People met in everyday life activities. Imagine that, actually not looking down at your phone trying to find out about somebody, or going on a date and not spending the whole time looking down at your phone. Yeah, there was a time. There was a time. Your time can be well spent or wasted heavily swiping left, as we all know. Swipe left, swipe left. Nope, not, oh no, what the hell? What? That's a dude, what the hell? I said I want to only look at women. What is this? You just swiping. You know, it's crazy out here. But when you do find that person who can halfway communicate, here's the first thing of annoyance that often happens. You send a nice message, you finally get a message back. Finally, I say, because here's another first problem with people wasting each other's time. Ladies, I know you get more messages than us guys. This is a fact. I've spoken to many ladies about this, and they say, even if they don't feel like they're the most phenomenal, model, attractive, sexiest woman on earth, they'll still have a full inbox if they leave a dating site just idle for a long time and not look back at their messages. Their inbox will fill up or it'll get to the point where it's so overbearing with just crazy messages from all the psychopaths. So they got to weed through the psychopaths, left swipe. They got to get narrowed down to a couple of guys that seem like they're pretty decent, not acting crazy, sending a basic, well-grammared, well-spoken message, right? And then they still will end up with a hotbed of mess sometimes, because if they respond to the guy, you know, they get a nutball and it gets weird, or it gets aggressively sexual way too quick and all of that kind of stuff, which can be a problem. I understand, ladies, what you go through. I mean, I'm someone from a generation where I can remember, wow, at least 8-9 years ago when I started my single journey again. I am divorced, no kids. Mention that so you get a little bit about your author, but you can go back to my first videos about this and get a little bit more. But anyway, I can remember a young lady I was dealing with telling me, oh yeah, if I'm on Instagram, I don't even look at my DMs. I say, why? It's disgusting over there. What you mean? It ain't nothing but a bunch of dick pics. I was like, a bunch of what? Now, me being from a different generation, and of course it's old news to me now, I'm way used to all these terms. I know a little bit more of the slang. And let me say this too, dating is a young cultural phenomenon in general, because the way our societies are set up is, if you're within your late teens through 20s through 30s, maybe early 40s, everybody expects that to be the only people dating. After that, they don't even really, you know, when I say date, I'm saying the society, the way things are marketed, the social media apps, the nightlife, the vacation packages, anything you can think of aiming towards single people tends to dwindle down after a certain age, because they're only looking at numbers and saying, well, by this age we want you in this market, by this age we want you in this market, and we want you in that market, bucket list market. Did you do it all? Oh, you didn't make it? Oh, sorry. Get a funeral together, and let's have the sermon, and that was a wrap. It's pretty much how they want to do you. So it's not natural per se, but it is the way societies are set up. And you learn this the hard way as you get older. You start understanding, oh, no wonder why apartments and houses and certain things are priced a certain way, have certain amenities, lack certain amenities, have certain benefits, lack certain benefits, because they're always marketing you, right? So anyway, this young cultural thing, like I said, you start learning the phrases, you get hip to what's going on. So to find out that it was commonplace for dudes to send folks a picture of their joint or someone else's joint, because that happens too, I've heard, you know, yeah, ladies go through a lot, I understand. It's rough out here, ladies, it's rough. Y'all deserve better, a hell of a lot better. Wow. There's a lot of fatherless children. That's a whole nother topic. It's a major issue for why we have the greatest issues we have in the world, I feel. The lack of fatherdom, the lack of true motherdom. But to get to that father point, you know, if you raise a certain way, which I will, parents like I do, you know, you raise, hey, boy, don't you be putting your stuff everywhere. You don't be showing everybody your thing. You don't be doing this. You don't be doing that. You don't mess around with everybody. You don't sleep with everybody. You don't give everybody this. You got limitations. You got boundaries, right? So to find out that this was common, and then she's saying, you know, even the quote-unquote nicest guys sometimes, it's the first thing they want to do within a few words. It's like, dude, what you doing? What y'all doing? You know, once they're in a real relationship, which is the only way I support or say there's nothing wrong per se with this in this digital era. I get it when, you know, you got distance between you and you want to share some naughty tidbits with your loved friend, you know, your person. That's cool when they've solidified something, when you've built something, when time, here's the message again, time has been put in. It works, I get it, I understand. But when you barely know somebody, y'all wilding out here. And it goes both ways. Because, you know, as a single guy, hell, it doesn't happen as often, or it doesn't get the flood that it would if, say, I was already the celebrity I could be as an actor and writer and producer in this film biz. Now, see, you know, you add money to the spectrum. I always go back to a Showbiz and AG. I forget which one said it, famous hip hop here. If you don't know, look it up. But he said on this track, he was talking about, oh yeah, I was cute, but the money made me gorgeous. Oh yeah, I'll keep that in my head because it's real. It's sad, but it's real. It's like, oh, you can be attractive. You can know that you have all kind of qualities beyond how you look. I'm talking about your mind, how you think, everything great about you. But until you have a certain amount of money, most women, not all, but a great deal, are so shallow, they're not gonna give you the time of day until they see you got the bag. You know what I'm saying? You got the money. Then they start, then you get the weirdness. Then your DMs are filled with, let's just say, coochie pics. And butt shots and all kind of goodies, right? You know what I'm saying? It go down in the DM. It go down in the DM. So I'm not saying that doesn't happen the opposite way too, but the reality is, like I say, until a guy gets a certain type of fame, typically it doesn't happen the same way. Either way, it's not exactly healthy behavior, people, especially if you want to be looked at for the ultimatum of marriage, which is what so many women say. See, the reality we're dealing with, y'all, and so many ladies are saying this because it's a trend. It's like another great hashtag to say, ooh, he put a ring on it. Hashtag put a ring on it. Hashtag married. Hashtag relationship goals finalized. Got it. Did the damn thing. We in there. Ooh wee. Wow, wow, wow. Look at me on the honeymoon. Look at me in my baby suit. Look at me a couple of months later divorced. Life is laughing at you because y'all don't take nothing serious. Everything's for the moment. Everything's for fame. Everything's for fame, and it's not healthy, y'all. It's never going to get you the results you really, really want. So again, time, and so you find yourself a good app. But if you're like me, or if you need some advice on how to set up your profile, fellas, first and foremost, be honest. Tell ladies exactly what you're looking for. Now, some of y'all say, man, this dude crazy. You ain't got no game. I bet he don't get none. And all that other silly stuff that immature boys say versus grown-ass men who understand how to create valuable relationships and spend time, quality time. Quality over quantity, ladies and gentlemen. This goes both ways. But speaking to my fellas, be sure you have an honest profile. All right? Now let's flip it to the other side. Ladies, make sure you have an honest profile. And if you're a creative, fellas or ladies, make sure you make it very clear to people what your art means to you, because they have to understand that your art will always come first. This is typical of most real artists. They can be a muse. They can be a full influence. They can be a real impact. They can be the light of your life, the greatest influence, the greatest friend, the greatest everything if they want that title. Again, jobs people. But they gotta understand that your art will always have to come first, because this is how you do what you live. This is how you live the art life. And if you're like me, your art is your career. It's not a side gig. It's not a hobby. It's not just something I do because I love it and I need it. No, it's something I do because it's my purpose and it is my destiny and it will be my legacy. And that is not fading for anyone and anything. Repeat that, rewind that if you need to hear it again. Because that's how serious you have to be about living the art life. And that's how serious you have to be about loving your artist if you're gonna be with an artist, art lovers. So, once you declare that, that's usually gonna scare off all the riffraff. Because most people don't understand what art is, they're not cultured enough, they're not understanding enough, they're not mentally enough to really even get with what the hell you just said if you go there with them. Which is good. You want to scare off all the riffraff. You want to scare off all the time wasters. You want to scare off all the people who cannot hold a conversation, but swear they want to have communication. If they even took the time to write that, because that's pretty lame stuff you'll see sometimes when they can put two sentences together and say, communication is so important. And let me give you all the stereotypes of what you will find out there. Communication is important. You hear that all the time. I'm laid back. I'm so laid back. Yeah, I bet you're so laid back, you're damn near dead. You'll see over and over again, no hookups, no casual, no situationships, dating with a purpose. Really? So this is why I'm laughing at you when I see that, ladies. If you have one pick, and you're not even smiling. I don't care how fine you are. I don't care how pretty you are. I don't care how sexy everybody in the world who done been around you in your little narrow circle. thinks you're the hottest thing on earth, if you are not smiling in that one pic, it's bad enough you got one pic. That's ridiculous. But if you are not smiling, pardon me, if you're so proud of yourself, if you think you're so hot, the number one comely expression is a smile. Now, if you say, well, I'm self-conscious because I got this one crooked tooth, or I got a gap, or I got whatever else, because let me tell you, what I've also realized is a lot of times people are hiding all of that, and that's why they don't want to smile. Well, guess what? In a relationship, people are going to see it anyway. Everything's going to come off. If we're going to be in a true intimate relationship, I'm going to see everything about you. I'm going to see you without makeup. I'm going to see you on them bonnet days. Don't get in the habit of that if you want to keep a relationship, ladies. Guys want you to look as good as you want them to look. Most of the time. We understand you have your down days. We get all that. I don't feel like it. I can't be bothered. I'm just tired. I work too hard. I'm sick. We get it. Those things. That's life. Those things happen on both sides of the equation. But guess what? 90-some-odd% of the time, you better be putting in the work to look as amazing as you should be looking in that one pic, which should be at least 3 on average. And you should have a top to bottom. It is a job. Fellas, this applies to you too. Because I know the ladies are saying, wait a minute, what about you? I'll tell them it applies to you too. And you see it all the time. Ladies say, please don't give me that lame picture of you in the mirror in the bathroom with your shirt off, because I don't care how you look. Now, here's what they really mean. If you're not so sexy, guys, they don't want to see it. They want to wait till later to be disappointed if you ain't got it like that. But even if you do, they're saying, who do you think you are? And some women are offended by that because they think, okay, he's up on himself. And it's almost a signal that you're an immediate F-boy, because they figure, okay, you used to women sweating you because you got a nice body, you got a nice physique because you always in the gym or whatever, right? Or they say, don't post the one with you next to your car is like some sports car or something like that. It is pretty cheesy. It just makes me laugh whenever I see this. I'm like, damn, is this what ladies have to look at? Wow, that's crazy. Must be rough, I get it. So now, if you want that complete profile, as they give you the advice on most of the apps, show yourself doing activities, things you like to do. This goes for both, right? Doing stuff you like to do. And if you're an artist, share with people you doing the art. Not so much just the art, because I see that sometimes. I've seen artist profiles, ladies who paint and stuff, and they'll have just their pics or their artwork. Okay, that's cool. I see you got some talent there. But if you don't have more pics of yourself, who cares? People want to see you. We'll get to the art later. We want to see you. You're the work of art first. Then we'll get to that other stuff. It's like on my profiles, I generally don't even share that part. I'll mention it. And if they're worthy, they'll find that out later. You know what I'm saying? You are the spotlight. You're the star. It's your time to shine. Shine. So, another big pet peeve that happens all too often in this waste time, ladies, when you post your pics, like I said, you should have at least 3. But if you're really doing it, you have about 6. 1, a headshot. This does not have to be a glam shot. If it is, you got more work to do, because guess what? We want to see you when you're just basic cute. Now for you, if you're saying, well, my basic cute is always going to the grocery store looking like I took all my tips from a drag queen and I got all this heavy cake makeup on and big lashes and a wig or a lace front and all this other garbage. Look, yeah, I said garbage. And I'm not saying that guys don't get attracted to this stuff. Yours truly not so much. I said not so much. Because it has to be well done a certain way. See, I'm in the Hollywood business. I'm in the place where they create these images that y'all are so addicted to. And I've seen a woman come in when I met her in the morning and say, hey, how you doing? And she looked pretty cute, whatever. And then I see her after she's went through hair and makeup. And I'm like, wow, is that the same person? Sometimes it's better. Sometimes it's like, ugh, that's too damn much. But y'all don't listen. Y'all don't listen. We keep giving you the tips. The real dudes keep giving you the tips. Some of y'all take them and some of y'all ignore it. Some of y'all women getting hip to it. I see more and more women understanding this and realizing, look, that they need to first understand the history of makeup. See, I understand a lot about fashion, makeup, lights, camera, action, photography, film in general. This is why I study my craft. I have to know these things because when I go casting, I need to understand certain things about looks, about facial features, about lighting, about everything to get a certain final product, right? Whole nother topic, but it is important that I say all that because what I'm telling you is most people in society, for what they consider attractive, are chasing images created by the business I'm in. So I'm telling you, most of what you're chasing cannot be obtained and is not to be promoted for everyday life. You're just not gonna turn over in the bed with your man every morning and have on a cake face and lashes. And if he's any kind of dude who likes to kiss you like he should, he doesn't want to taste all that makeup because makeup doesn't taste good. And there's a lot of chemicals and crap you shouldn't be digesting any damn way, okay? Yeah. I'm not big on heavy lipstick and stuff. All you gotta do is have on some gloss for me, ladies. Some gloss and some basic eye makeup and you fine as you ever will be for my life if I find you attractive. That's generally the truth. So anyway, all that other stuff is not necessary. I want to stress that to the ladies. So if you do that one pic, that's a headshot. Make sure you have another headshot. If you got your glam one with the heavy lashes and all that stuff on, please have another one. And hopefully you're not that person, only narrowed down to that. But this has become a plague of identity for so many women. But if you have other pics where you just look cute, whatever that means to you, a little bit of makeup on, that's the one the guy wants to see. And make sure you're freaking smiling with your negative, mean-looking self. Some of y'all look like y'all just got out of jail or still in jail. Like, what the hell? Who you think want that? No. No. Okay. That was the number one, the headshot. That could be 2 pics too. Number 2, make sure you got a top to bottom. A top to bottom wearing something basic, like, you're going out to a movie. What the guy could expect what's the basic number one date, even though nowadays people ain't being able to do as much on that because you don't want to be out in public if you're smart, right? You want to kind of lay low, do some other types of stuff. But if you like outdoor activities, which we highly promote, Honest Con Outdoors, saluted all day, show them in your hiking outfit, showing you on a hike. I don't like outdoors, okay. You in the mall. Get your friend to take that little lame pic of you standing. I said it's lame because it's so damn basic, but at least it shows you from top to bottom in your cute outfit. Some nice jeans, some sneakers, some flats, not always in heels. Yeah, we want to see the heel pic too, but show me that you ain't always got to have on some heels. Now, y'all and y'all girlfriends, I call these the most insecure ladies on earth. Some of y'all, they be so pretty and everything, and their whole squad is gorgeous. Look like a modeling agency. And what do y'all do? With your, that's so dumb. Why are you posting up a pic at the club or wherever y'all went on vacation, all y'all in bathing suits, and you know, if it's 5 or 6 of y'all, somebody in the squad got better abs, flatter tummy, nicer hips, certain kind of boobies that most dudes gonna notice, a certain kind of butt that most dudes gonna notice, certain kind of look in general, their face, they the prettiest, everybody always gives them the most attention or whatever. Now, I ain't to say that, guys are gonna be so shallow that that's all that matters, but I'm just saying, you're putting a lot of stuff out there on the buffet. That's what I call the buffet pic. Don't do the buffet, ladies. Don't do the buffet. See, I'm so old with this now, I don't even care no more. I actually, that's a big turnoff. If I were looking at an app concerned about trying to find something, I see that kind of pic, I'm gone. I'm gone because I know you got trouble all over you. Why? Because first of all, you're not secure enough to take a pic by your damn self. And if your one pic at the beginning, how you pick the pic to be the one to be your main pic that people see first, has more than one person in it, who are you? Which one is you? That is so frustrating. This is your time to shine. You're the star, be the star. Don't need to see nobody else. If there's anybody else in the picture, make them background. Let's use movie terms right now. They're background. They're fuzzy, they're out of focus. If the guy looks and says, who that is, her friend? She look like she might be fine, but I can't tell for sure. Because you're the focus. You're crispy. It's all about you. Not your girlfriends. You're putting them on a buffet. And I promise you, I can't tell you how many times I've had the wicked thought in the back of my mind. I don't act on it because I'm not trifling like that. But I say, damn, girl, who's your friend? who's your friend? Because you ain't, now that I know which one you are, they look at a couple of other pictures and they finally do the one by themselves. You say, oh, yeah, but who's your friend? Is she single? You know? Why y'all putting yourself out there like that? That's corny, y'all. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's all about you. It is all about you. Okay? You're going to want it to be all about you, right? If you ultimately want to be married and all this, don't give nobody no buffet. Because people going to always be looking at each other forever, no matter how committed you are. But you're making it weird. You're making it like, I can't stand by myself. I got to have all my crew around me. And if you get me, you got to deal with all of them. It's like, oh my gosh, you're inviting trouble. But a shallow dude, he going to be like, damn, from the first time I saw you with all of them. And I was confused. I'm thinking, damn, I really like her better. You've already complicated the situation. He doesn't even know why he would love you more if he ends up loving you. Because on first glance, a man is only looking at how you look. Then he's got, this is all human beings. I don't care what y'all say. All that stuff about women say they don't look at looks, but that's bull. Y'all are visual too. We may be hyper visual. And if it's an artist, a visual artist like myself, we are ultra visual, okay? That's not to say we can't appreciate you when you're not at what you consider your best, you know? But we do love to see beauty. We adore beauty, right? So if you give us a damn, just literally a plate full of gorgeous women and we don't know who the hell you are, this is the first time you're seeing this person in your life and there's 5 of y'all, man, please, in his mind, he's just like, all of y'all are options. I mean, he may narrow it down to just you, but you literally just created, you started it all wrong from the beginning. You're sending all the wrong messages. All the wrong messages if you want to be a one. And if you don't know when I say the one, I say a one. My philosophy that I share here, personal philosophy that I spread my own psychological gospel here, all right, just to use the word. There are so many people in the world, billions. I do not feel that we have only one person we could be compatible with for the rest of our life. If we're responsible adults and we choose to settle with one, it is one of ones. And that makes the job so much more intense to be in a long-term relationship or marriage or any type of full committed, exclusive, one-on-one, just you and me, forever and ever relationship. It requires you understanding that you have the duty, the job, both sides, man and woman, have the job of impressing each other on a regular basis and always putting in valuable time, because they could be spending that time in another dimension because there are just multiple options, other ones. Now here's the thing about life though, the trick about life, we ain't gonna get too far on this video because this will be a whole nother long video just about that. But you got options in this life, but you're only gonna be alive for how long? None of us gonna live for 200 years. There's some people that done cross that 100 real strong, but most of us ain't gonna live 200 years. So within, say, maximum ultimate life, 100 plus, or 80 something years, you're gonna be blessed if you can really maintain one strong relationship with someone you know is one of your ones. And then that person has to keep reminding you why I'm one of the ones and I am the ultimate one of ones. That's the feeling you want to have if you choose to get that level of commitment. Otherwise, you're pretending, you're playing yourself, because there are options on both sides. Just don't ever forget that. It'll keep you loyal to the job. If you're both putting in the proper work on the job, sharing the quality time, it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it.